Ground ball. First pitch. Ball game.
Chaos over.
Holy.
The Rockies won 4-3 over the Giants in an absolute insane game. We'll get to the details of it in just a second. That all rode on this non-catch by Cole Carrig. And again, we'll describe what's going on. But I do want to point this important stat out. Most runs in the eighth inning, pre-All-Star game since 1974, eighth inning or later. Look at that right there. The 2026 Rockies with 132 eighth inning or later runs is the most before the All-Star break since 1974. We're going to the 79 Angels, the 2003 Braves, 2019 Red Sox, 2018 A's. That is amazing. And that would have a significant role in the game tonight, although it was actually on defense that this game would teeter on insanity. But when we just talk about getting back into the game, and it sucked with the Giants last night, and the Rockies have not had much luck in San Francisco, even though San Fran's not that great of a team. It was important for the Rockies after trailing to get on the board.
2-0, and that is stroked. That'll tie the game up. McCarthy's going to try to get two, and he's in.
And good job by Ezekiel Tovar finishing the play on the other side with 2 outs. And obviously a ball in the gap. It's easy for a runner to let up, but Tovar did not. He got across the plate regardless of what happened at second base.
Yeah, Tovar almost screwed that up, by the way. He was kind of being a little bit lazy around third, and then he, put it into gear once he saw that McCarthy was going to go for 2. Had McCarthy been tagged out before Tovar crossed the plate, the run wouldn't have counted. So a bit of a risky move by McCarthy, to be quite honest with you. But, hey, we'll take it. Way to go. Way to be aggressive. I like it. I love Jake McCarthy as a player. They may end up trading him, but I'd love to be able to get a hold of him, hold on to him. Meanwhile, the Rockies ended up being down by a run going into the 9th inning, and that's because they loaded the bases with no outs and could not plate any runs. Not good. They did that a couple nights ago, too. You can't do it. And they haven't been doing it. They've been unbelievable in that department, as these statistics would show. So, again, that is not the norm for the Rockies not to put any runs across in those situations. That being said, here we go into the 9th inning. We get the bases loaded. We have all sorts of trouble. We got 1 out, and Kyle Karras has been red hot.
Base hit up the middle. That is going to play 2. Here comes Moniak. Here comes Troy Johnston. And Jake McCarthy to third.
All right, sorry about that. My bad. There were no outs. No outs. Clutch hit by Kyle Karras once again. We'll hear from Kyle Karras in just a second. Then we have Cole Carrig, who, again, is going to be integral in this entire game. And the final play, which was insane, comes through again in the clutch.
Carrig to left. McRae just came in. He'll grab it. No way he throws out McCarthy. They'll let it go through. Caro stays at first. Sack fly for Cole Carrig.
So great job by Carrig. They would need both of those runs. They would turn out to be very important. They put in Jordan Romano, which is annoying that it's just not Romano. And, not a great appearance by him, as did he give up a run officially? Yeah, he did. He gives up 1 hit, 3 walks, no strikeouts, 2/3 of an inning. Not great. And this is why he was let go by the Angels when he's in the closing role and he can't get out of it. They had to put in Juan Mejia, and he got out of it with 1 pitch and picks up the 1 pitch save, which is pretty wild. Romano, I don't know, man. This guy, he ain't the answer. But, they're trying their best. They really just don't have a closer. It's like having 2 drummers in a band. If you have 7 closers, you don't have any. But that being said, they did win the game, but it was bizarre. I mean, beyond bizarre. So let's get to one of the weirdest things you'll ever see in any baseball game ever, as we have runners on first and second with one out. First and second with one out. Let's go.
Hit sharply to center. Cole Carrick, does he make the catch?
Yes. They haven't called it. Nobody said a word. Throw it in, tag everybody. Nobody's made a call. Tag it. Step on second, tag everybody. Yeah,
What's
absolutely.
the call?
Nobody's made a call yet. That's the ball game because nobody signaled anything. No one has called anything.
I'm looking at Barksdale.
No, not one umpire has made a call yet. Throw it to third, step on.
All right, that's a really important observation by Corey Sullivan right there. No umpire. And I want you to watch the second base umpire because Corey's right. What call and the second base umpire is the closest ump to this play. Watch this again and notice that you can't see all the umpires in the frame either.
Hit sharply to center. Cole Carrick, does he make the catch?
Yes. They haven't called it. Nobody said a word. Throw it in, tag everybody. Nobody's made a call. Tag it. Step on second, tag everybody. Yeah,
What's
absolutely.
the call?
Nobody's made a call yet. That's the ball game because nobody signaled anything. No one has called anything.
Okay, when I'm watching this, as far as I'm concerned, either it's a catch and it's an out, and okay, fine, now there's 2 outs with runners on first and second. Or if he didn't catch it, it's a double play. He trapped the ball. They threw it into second. He steps on second. Runner from first going to second is out. And then he tags the runner at second. He should be going to third because there's a force. That's a double play. Game is over. So to me, what I'm seeing this is, when they review this, because there are no calls on the field, if there's no calls on the field, the ball's still in play. So why wasn't that a double play? This took a lengthy review, and this is what they came up with.
And somebody's going to get thrown out.
After review, the call on the field is overturned. There is no catch. Based on the reaction of the fielders going on the call and the runners, we're moving each runner up one base.
See? They moved him up, and this is what I mean. Yeah. This is...
Even though the runners didn't run on a ball that was a hit.
Correct. Because...
And not caught.
They don't know. And again, though, the umpire has to signal out or safe.
So there's Lance Barksdale talking to Warren Schaefer.
Now, the decision's been made, so if you're a player, you've got to refocus and figure out how to get 2 outs here.
What an absolute nightmare for the Rockies. The game should have been over, but now the bases are loaded with 1 out? I'm sorry, what the fuck? What? What the fuck? I've never seen anything like this. Corey Sullivan got it mostly right, but we found out afterwards Warren Schaefer was told something different. Here's Rachel Toss with Warren Schaefer.
Cole Carrick catch that wasn't a catch, which we can, watching the replay, it doesn't look like a catch, but there was no call on the field. How do you handle that?
Lance said he called out on the field, the first base umpire. Is that not what it showed?
It's not what we saw in the broadcast. It's not what they were talking about.
Interesting. So that makes a difference for sure. But at the time, I didn't know that. So they call out on the field. They place the runners where they think they should be after that, after they overturn it, even though the runners were both going back to tag, and definitely one of them would have been out from Cole. So, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like there's been some calls just not great lately in replay, which is okay. Everybody makes mistakes, but we've just been on the bad end of them for a couple times. But it was a good win. That's what's important.
Yeah, I mean, there's some bottom lines here, and this is what we did not see on the broadcast. They did not have a shot of the entire field so we could see if the first base umpire was making a call on the catch. But why the fuck would we? The second base umpire is running out to center field, or at least he should be. Like, why is that the first base umpire's call? So that feels a little BS-y. If we saw any of the umpires making a call, I think Stout, Sully, Rachel, anybody would have said, oh, yeah, they saw it. Nobody saw it. And why would it be the first base umpire's call anyways? I understand if umps don't have a good view or if your sight is blocked, you refer on your other umpires to help you out. But we didn't see any of that. That to me feels like a lot of BS right there. So I got Warren Schaefer's back. Listen, they won the game. That's the bottom line. But that was crazy. And the next batter drives the run in. So we have runners on second and the bases are loaded. Then it's an RBI sac fly. So now it's 4-3 with runners on, what was it, first and second, right? And then Romano walks a guy. So they take him out for Mejia. And again, Mejia gets a one pitch out, which was great.
Ground ball. First pitch. Ball game.
Chaos over.
Oh.
Do you realize how disastrous and how unfair that would have been to the Rockies? First of all, hell of an effort by Cole Carrick. Fucking love the effort. And you throw the ball in. If it's not a catch, you tag guys, you're out. Double play. Game's over. What are we doing here? And by the way, we have seen players drop balls on purpose for a variety of reasons to force outs. I mean, if you drop an infield fly and the runners advance, all right, the batter's out and you can get another guy out. I used to teach my kids to do that back when they were, 10 years old. So that's not what happened here. But I just didn't realize, based on review, the review would go against you. Take away and out because it was ruled a catch, supposedly. Take away it out. And then where we think the runners would have gone. How do you know Cole Carrick wouldn't have got up and gunned the ball to second base and got a force out there? Why isn't that a deductive reasoning right there? I don't know. I've never seen it before. It was pretty messed up. I was just happy that the Rockies at the end of the day got the win, but that I've never seen it in baseball. Didn't know that was a rule. The explanation seems like a lot of BS, but they got the win.
Kyle! We're done with that. Thinking about situations we've been in previously, last couple games, we haven't came through in those spots. So just wanted to pick those guys up and come through for the team.
You mentioned those positions that you guys have been in previously. This team seems to always find a way to win, to come back in those situations. Tell me a little bit more about that fight and that mentality late in the game.
I think it's the same thing I just said. It's the connection we have in the clubhouse. These are my best friends on this team here, and I want to come through for them. It's not about myself. It's about putting runs on the board for the guys next to me.
Rewinding a little bit, right before you're at bat, the bunt from Jake McCarthy. Tell me how big that was.
Huge. I mean, he's just trying to do his job, execute, move some runners, and then we get a base hit out of it, and then it was up to me to come through.
And what do you think happened here at the end of the game? I mean, the catch was no good, but no call made on the field. Just kind of bizarre.
Yeah, that's just a tricky one. Puts the umpires in a tough spot. No one really did anything wrong, but it's just unfortunate that they got awarded bases loaded. But just happy Mejia was able to slam the door.
Well, congrats on the big win. Congrats on getting it done.
Thank you.
Okay, well, good job there by Rachel, new to the broadcast. Rachel's an awesome person. Love Rachel Toss. A great job by my guy, Mark Stout, doing play-by-play, along with Corey Sullivan doing color. Mark is a tremendous play-by-play guy, and I don't blame Mark for being frustrated and confused, as I was too, as most people would be who are watching that. What we're not confused is how good-looking Kyle Karros is.
We've been so hot, Kyle! We're done with that.
All right, so we have that in our back pocket.
We've been so hot, Kyle! We're done with that.
All right, so the Rockies win. Crazy win for the Rocks. It puts them, let me look at the standings real quick, as that's the last game of the night. Went on forever and ever and ever. They are tied in terms of wins with the Giants, but they have 57 losses and the Giants have 55. So technically they're a game behind the Giants, but on the cusp of 40 wins. Getting 40 wins before the All-Star break would be awesome. You got 2 games which to do it. on Saturday and Sunday, both afternoon affairs, by the way. Bullshit that Hunter Goodman's not in the home run derby. Just stupid. Dumb. So hard to make sense of it. It would have been cool. His dad would have been pitching him the balls, and that would have been great and something to really root for, and just a bunch of bullshit. So I don't know how else to put that. But at the end of the day, the Rockies did win. It was one of the craziest things that you'd ever see in the end. I'm glad that they weren't stung by that. That would have been the shittiest way of the year to lose, but they didn't. What do you know? The Rockies won.
We've been so hot, Kyle. We're done with that.